This is going to be a great way to work on your end range hip extension strength, which is important for crazy things like running and walking. So we're going to use a tennis ball to make this a little bit more difficult. We are going to work on hip extension with a bent knee, which targets your hamstrings a little bit as well as your glutes, because your hamstrings do more than just one thing. They extend your hip and they also bend your knee. So it's important that we know how to work both things at once, which is what we're going to be doing here. Forewarning, this very often makes people cramp, so please approach it very cautiously. If you feel some cramping sensations, that is just a lack of control in this position. You can work through, and it is recommended to work through those, but do not push into a full-blown cramp. So try to tone down the intensity a little bit so that you can work through a little bit of cramping, not to the point where you feel like you're falling over, because we don't want you to injure yourself or not be able to complete the exercise. So for this exercise, you're going to put the tennis ball behind your knee. We are going to come into the lumbar locked position with your leg behind you. Now, we want to make sure that if we're working on the right leg, the left butt cheek is glued to the left calf, and we come down to our elbows here. We are going to squeeze the tennis ball. We are going to float the knee off the ground. We are going to hold for the prescribed amount of seconds, and then come back down. And then we're going to reset for the prescribed amount of reps as it is written in the program. A couple things we want to make sure we do not do is, as you lift up, many people will feel that their knee wants to rotate out. I want you to keep your knee straight down facing the ground so that you are not rotating out. We also want to make sure we are not shifting forward. That would look something like this. That is going to be coming out of the movement. If you cannot attain this movement, cannot perform this movement without shifting, you can come out of it a little bit and come up and see if that helps a little bit. But your goal is to be able to lift the leg a little bit off the ground without anything moving, so we can really focus on hip extension. You should feel your hamstrings working. You should feel your glutes working. You should feel the rest of your body working to stabilize you, but the only thing that should be moving is your leg. As you do this on a consistent basis, you should feel yourself cramp less and be able to hold for a little bit longer, or maybe perform more reps. That's how you're going to know you're making progress. But the only way that's going to happen is if you do this on a very regular week-to-week basis. So make sure you stay consistent with it.